It's finally that time. DUANG with you is over and I have thoughts. Hey, welcome back. I'm Caitlin and I make reaction and review content here on this little corner of the web. And today we are talking all things DUANG with you. DUANG with you is officially over. It's the first week without a new episode and I am in a state of mourning. So I thought, why not keep this energy alive? Let's talk about it. Because I know there's a lot of you out there that was also obsessed with this show. And this is just a little place for us to talk about all our favourite parts of it. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Calling Caitlin's Corner.
Now, if you've been living under a rock, you might be asking the question, what is DUANG with you? DUANG with you is the name of a Thai BL series produced by 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𤁄 TV, and it stars Teeteepor as the main lead. It follows DUANG, played by Teetee, a very extroverted person, through his university career and his crush on Chin. Chin is played by Por and he's a lot more reserved. He doesn't really have emotions at the start of this series, and throughout the show we see that change. Basically the show is very slice of life. It follows both of the characters through their lives, but there's not like a heavy plot in it, if that makes sense. So it's a very character based show, which in my opinion is the best types. And I'm just going to say it right now, if you've watched any of my videos in the past maybe 3 months, you guys know I was obsessed with DUANG with you. It is probably one of my favourite BLs that have released, not only this year, but in many years. In my opinion, there is a reason that it became the highest rated BL. I think 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫 done a great job on this one. But let's talk about why I think they done a great job. First of all, the casting for 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫 was perfection. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased towards Teetee, because Teetee is one of my favourite people ever. Ever since DMD Friendship, I have loved Teetee. He has a little special place in my heart. And when I saw that he was casted in this show, I was excited, to say nothing less. When the teaser dropped for this show and I saw Teetee and Por, I was sold. I knew it was going to be a great one. And I think the reason that it was such a great casting choice is Teetee and DUANG are literally just the same person. Like, DUANG's personality in the show is just Teetee without the show, which basically means he wasn't acting at all. It was literally just him, which not only made the acting feel natural, but kept it fun. And it wasn't just Teetee that was a great casting choice, because Por is very similar. I feel like Por at the beginning, right after DMD Friendship, was very similar to Chin in the fact that he was very introverted. He didn't let a lot of his emotions out, and again, that made a great choice for him being Chin, because that's exactly how Chin is in the show. It's also been nice as we saw Chin develop his feelings and show his emotions throughout the show. The same has happened to Por in real life. So this is my shout out to 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫. Casting Teetee and Por in DUANG with you was the perfect casting choice. Sticking with the casting choices, I think the friendship groups for both sides, like DUANG's friendship group and Chin's friendship group, were perfection. Specifically, DUANG's friendship group, every single time I saw them on screen together, it made me so happy. His friends supported him no matter what, no matter how goofy he was being. It was really nice to see such a solid friendship group again, which relates to both the show and off screen. Because behind the scenes, I have saw the friendship group like on stage and stuff, and they're the exact same in real life. Basically, DUANG with you was just 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫's everyday life with a little bit more plot. And of course, we can't not talk about Chin's friendship group, because Tong. If you know, you know. Tong. Also Kim, I love Kim so much. Him playing that saxophone, yes please, but Tong. Tong. I'm hoping that 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫 gets the hint from everyone. Well, it's not really a hint because people have been screaming it from the rooftops, and we need 𝔱𝔏 to be signed to 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫. Please and thank you. Overall, 𝔱𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔫's done a great job casting for this show, but I want to talk about some of my favourite scenes. Now, before I get into some of my favourite deep scenes where they're like connecting to each other and everything, I want to talk about one scene. If you guys read the novel, you'll probably know what scene I'm talking about, but there was one scene in the novel that I was like, I hope this is in the show. And it was changed a little bit, but every time I think about the novel, I think about this scene. Obviously, I read the novel that was translated, and that was, and no offence to the writer, I'm sure it's amazing in Thai, but the translated version was a little bit of a... However, this scene stuck out in my mind, and I constantly thought about it. It was the dressing room scene, and in the book it happens before Chin and DUANG like officially date, and that's why I thought we weren't going to get it. I thought, because they started dating in the show and we hadn't had that scene yet, and I was very upset. I mourned the loss of my favourite scene from the book, but we did get it, but it happened after they started dating, and honestly I think it was perfect. They did change some things about the scene, but the overall vibe was still there. And I know a lot of people were talking about it on TikTok and like hyping up this scene when we got the little teaser for it. And then people were disappointed by it when we actually got the show. But I think it worked really well. That is one of my favourite scenes from the book, and it translated really well on screen. Obviously, we can't talk about my favourite scenes without talking about the on-stage moments. In episode 6, where they finally have the conversation about what happens if DUANG messes up. DUANG's not confident in all of this, and then when they get on stage, it's actually Chin that has a series of emotions that I don't think he was expecting to have, and the way that DUANG was just there for him. One of the biggest reasons I think I'm obsessed with this show is DUANG is such a green flag, which is very similar to TT in real life. But I feel like a lot of shows that we get, especially BLs right now, there's always a red flag. There's always a red flag in it. And that's not saying that they're like the most toxic, most possessive person ever, but there's always like something red flag about them, if that makes sense. Whereas I feel like in DUANG With You, all of them had their own different personalities, but they're all very positive. DUANG is a walking green flag, and I don't think I was expecting to become obsessed with this show as I was, and I don't even know why I was obsessed with it. It just sort of happened, and I was thinking about it every second of every day, and it kind of consumed my life, and I don't know why that really happened. Every time I open TikTok, I saw that it happened to so many other people, and it makes me feel better, because you can see on my walls, when I become obsessed with something, it kind of takes over my life, but I've never felt that way about a specific show, and I did with DUANG With You, and I don't think I was expecting that. But yes, when it ended, I did cry. All of that to say, when it ended, I cried. And this specific scene of them on stage and looking out to all the people with the flashlights on and them singing, holding hands, it's one that sticks out in my mind every single time. I think it was one of the scenes that really brought DUANG and Chin together. It was beautifully shot, and it is one of the best scenes in the show, in my opinion. Very similar to the last one, my last favourite scene was when Chin was on stage himself with his like little jazz band, and DUANG was sitting in the middle of the stairs. When I told you the way I was absolutely mesmerised, the way DUANG was mesmerised with Chin is the way I was mesmerised watching that scene. It felt like Chin was directly singing to DUANG, and it was everything. It made me emotional. It felt like they were really connecting in that scene, and quite shortly after that scene we got like the final scene, and don't even get me started on the final scene when he runs off stage and like runs up to DUANG and hugs him, and I about combusted. It was the perfect ending. Obviously, I'm so sad that it's over. I can't believe that I'm going to have to like just survive without watching this show every single week now. But I think the ending scene was absolute perfection. All of them just in a big group, dancing to some good music. It was the perfect ending to a perfect show. Now, obviously, every show isn't perfect. When I say perfect show, there was definitely some things that I wish was changed. But overall, I rated it a 9.5. It's one of my favourite shows ever. I will be rewatching it over and over and over again. I can already tell. I think I'm going to try and get my sister to watch it. But we also have to talk about the things that I didn't love about it. Honestly, the things I didn't love about it is under one big umbrella topic, and that's that I feel like the side characters' stories weren't really developed. Obviously, we had the side couple played by northotto. I feel like they were on screen quite a bit, but we didn't really get anything from the relationship. In the final episode, I really thought we were going to get like a conclusion to their, well, not a conclusion, you know what I mean, like a final we're dating or this is not going to work. And I feel like we just didn't get that for their couple. Obviously, it's called DUANG With You. It's focused on DUANG and Chin, but I do wish that we also got more of the side couple. Marvis and Jamie obviously have a story, and I feel like we got left not knowing it completely, if that makes sense. Very similarly, in my opinion, Wave's character Pei and Tong and Kim, we don't really know much about them. Like, Pei was there through all the like the little friendship meetings. He was constantly, when North's character and TT's character fell out, when DUANG and Jamie fell out, Pei was one of the people that got them back together and everything. But I feel like we don't know much about him apart from he's long cherry. In the last episode, when it got revealed that he was long cherry to Tong, I thought that was going to be like, that was going to start something, but it really didn't. And I know that Thee, who plays Tong, and Hugh, who plays Kim, are not signed to the Monday, so that might be why we didn't get like a storyline for them per se. But I really hope if there's a season 2, please Monday, we want a season 2. I hope that we get to see that character more. Me and a lot of other people on TikTok were heavily rooting for Tongpei, and unfortunately we did not get that. But hopefully if Monday chooses to capitalise on the love that people have for DUANG WITH YOU and make a new series, or like a interconnected series about the other couples, that would be great. This is for you, Monday. We want season 2, or like an interconnected series with the other couples, and then DUANG and Chen can just like make little cameos. Please and thank you. But overall, this show was amazing. It was one of my favourite shows ever. I am definitely going to go and have a rewatch of it. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of DUANG WITH YOU. Let me know your favourite scene from DUANG WITH YOU and your favourite character. But that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified every single time I upload. Also, if you want to see any of my uncut reactions or other exclusive content, my Patreon is linked in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Good night, baby.
I love you.